Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel to bless your body, and today we just have a full body flow to set us up for the new year and to just set intentions as well. So grab a yoga mat and let's get started. So coming onto your yoga mat, we're going to start in child's pose. So coming onto all fours, untucking the toes, sitting back, sit bones to the heels, and let's melt down to the ground. Breathing here. Take your fingers a little bit further forward, stretching them out, lying flat down on the mat, forehead to the mat. Setting an intention here, taking a moment. Maybe your intention is to open your heart, to share love, to find peace, whatever it is. Hold on to that thought today as we're moving through this practice. Deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, let's come up to all fours. And let's lightly move into some cat and cow. So dropping the belly, shifting the gaze forward. Exhale, push the back up towards the sky. Rounding the back. Exhale, drop the belly. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, push back up towards the sky. Inhale, drop the belly, shift the gaze forward. And let's just come to neutral. And from here, we're going to do kind of like a fluid motion. So coming back, sitting into child's pose. And on our inhale, we're going to come up, round the back. We're in a cat position. And just come down, drop the belly. When we go back, push the back up towards the sky. Sit back into child's pose. Melting down. On your inhale, come up. Cat pose, drop the belly, shift the gaze forward, and push back to child's pose, round the back, down to the ground, child's pose. One more time, come up, cat pose, arch the back, inhale, drop the belly, shift the gaze forward. Let's neutralize the spine, maybe readjusting yourself for a moment. And take the right hand, extend it up towards the sky. Thread it through underneath. You're laying on your right shoulder here. Looking over at the right fingers. Now if you want to stay here, you can, but I invite you to take your top hand, take your fingers and place them on your temple. Kind of creating more of a twist here. Now you can stay here, or if you want to increase the twist, you can extend that left arm up towards the sky. Breathing. You can bring that arm in front of you, meeting us here. On your next inhale, let's come back up, rise up, bring that right arm to the sky, and down to the ground. Readjusting here, let's take that left hand, extend it up towards the sky, and twist underneath the body. Extending that right arm above you, looking over at these left fingers. Breathing here for a moment. I invite you from here to take your fingers, place them on your temple to create more of a twist. Feeling this more in my shoulder when I do this. Whenever you're ready, I also invite you to extend that arm up, the right arm up towards the sky. bringing it down above your head, relaxing in this pose for a moment. Whenever you're ready on your next inhale, you can come back up, extend the left arm up towards the sky, and down to the ground. And from here, we're just going to do some light stretches for the wrist. So you can take your fingers, turn them towards the outside of the mats, slightly rock back and forth here, whatever's in your practice today. You can take your wrists and place them towards the front of the mat, facing the front of the mat. Slightly rock forward and backwards, listening to your body. Maybe taking the backs of your hands, placing them onto the mat, palms facing you, fingers facing you, and just lightly rock back and forth. From here, let's bring our hands to neutral. And from here, let's go ahead. We're going to take the left leg, extend it up towards the back, pointing the toe. Let's take the right hand, extend it forward, creating this line. You can either stay here, or I invite you to take your right hand, bring your fingers to your temple, and shift the gaze upward. Creating another twist, opening up. And bring it back down, extend the right arm forward. Bring the right hand out to the side, bring the left leg out to the side. And from here, we're actually just going to sit back into a child's pose, just how our hands and our feet were. Maybe taking that left hand and extending it more forward. Sitting on the right sit bone heel on your right leg. On your next inhale, let's come up. Extend the right hand forward, the left leg back. Let's bring it in, elbow and knee together. And neutralize, come back to table. Now moving over to the other side, we're gonna go ahead, take the left hand up, right leg back, finding the line here. Breathing. Now you can either stay here, or I invite you to take your fingers, your left fingers, place them on your left temple, and shift your gaze over to the left side. Coming back to neutral, taking the left hand forward, left hand out to the side, right leg out to the side, holding here. And on your next exhale, come to child's pose, sitting back on that left leg, maybe extending the right hand out more, as we're creating this openness and this heat in the body. On your next inhale, let's come up. Left hand forward, right leg back, finding the line one more time, and coming back to neutral. Maybe throw in some cat and cows as we're warming up the spine a little more. Now we're gonna go ahead, tuck our toes, and push back into a downward dog. First downward dog of the practice, maybe first downward dog of the day. Let's walk our dog. Pedaling the feet. Now let's cross right leg over left leg over right as we're walking into a forward fold. Crossing the legs here. Coming to forward fold. Situating yourself, and let's just hang, maybe grabbing the elbows, swaying back and forth. Now from here, you can relax on, grab your elbows, and let's slowly rise. Last thing that's going to come up is your head. Here, let's extend our arms up towards the sky. Swan dive all the way down to the ground. Let's take our left leg, step it back into low plank. Dropping the back knee, untucking the toes, finding a strong low lunge, extending up towards the sky. Let's open our hands, left hand in the back, right hand in the front. Let's look over at the left fingers. Now let's create a twist. So rotating your hands all the way around to where the left hand comes in the front, right goes in the back, look over at the right fingers. Bring your hands down, bring them up both towards the sky. Hands down by the ground. Now we're going to sit back onto your left heel, finding the stretch here. Maybe grabbing your right foot, falling deeper into the pose, pointing the toes. On your next inhale, let's come up. Resituating into a low lunge. Arms come up towards the sky. Slight back bend. Maybe a deeper back bend. Coming to the ground, tucking the toes in the back, pushing back into a downward dog. Walking out the dog. Now again, right leg over left. Let's cross the feet as we walk up into a forward fold. Swan dive up towards the sky. Light back bend. Swan dive down to the ground. We're going to take the right leg, step it back into a low lunge. Situating yourself here, untucking toes, arms up towards the sky. Take the right hand, we're going to place it in the back, left hand in the front. Finding the alignment here, looking over at the right back fingers. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and twist. So right hand comes to the front, left goes in the back, looking over at the left fingers. Go ahead, bring both hands up towards the sky. Light back bend or deep back bend here. Bring your hands down to the ground. And we're going to sit back onto the right leg, keeping that left leg forward. Finding the stretch here, maybe grabbing onto your left toes, left foot. Coming back up into low lunge, we're going to bring the left leg back so we're in a table position. Moving towards the middle of your mat, kind of sitting in a hero pose. From here, now you don't have to do this one because this one is a little bit intense on your back. But from here, we're going to take our left hand, bring it on our left heel, and we're going to push up through our hips all the way around into camel pose. Breathing here. Take the left hand up, bring it all the way around to center. Whew. Now this is only if this is in your practice. If that's not in your practice, you just kind of do a light back bend here. Maybe put your hands on your hips. Do a light back bend. But if it is in your practice, we're going to go the other direction. So right hand on the right ankle. I'm going to extend the hips up, left hand all the way around onto the left ankle. Coming all the way around the right hand to center. Relaxing here for a moment. Coming to table position. Tucking the toes, pushing up into a downward dog. We're going to take the left leg, extend it up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. If it's in your practice, you can either stay here or flip your dog. Rotating back to center. Three-legged dog, left leg up. From here, we're going to come all the way through to pigeon. Untucking the toes in the back, shining the heart forward. We're going to take the right hand, place it on the left knee, and just create a twist here. Breathing. We're going to go ahead and twist the opposite direction. So left hand on the left knee. Bring the right leg back. Looking over at those right toes. Now you can stay here if you want, or you can take the left hand, place it on the ground. We're going to take these right toes and just kind of tuck them in here in the back, stretching out the back of the leg. Nice job, guys. And relax it. Coming back to center, and we're just going to melt down to the ground. So creating a little pillow with your hands. Relaxing here. This is really stretching out my left hip. Slowly coming up. Tucking the toe in the back. Let's push back into a downward dog. Both feet on the ground. Hovering over to high plank. Go through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Push back to downward dog. From here, let's go ahead, bring the right leg up towards the sky. Let's bend the knee, open the hip. And let's flip your dog if it's in your practice. Coming back to three-legged dog, right leg up in the sky. Let's bring it all the way through to pigeon. Untucking the toes in the back, shining the heart forward. So from here, we're going to do a twist. So the left hand to the right knee and twisting all the way over. Bring the right hand onto the back leg, looking over towards the back. Go ahead, twist the opposite direction. So right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left leg. Now from here, same thing we did before. You can twist forward, finding the alignment here. We're going to grab the back leg with the left hand, just kind of creating the stretch here. Relaxing the back leg, twisting forward, and just melting down onto the ground. Creating a pillow for your head. Taking a moment to breathe here. On your next inhale, you can come up. Shine the heart forward. We're going to tuck the toes in the back, pushing up into a downward dog. Walking the dog here. And from here, we're going to move into a balancing pose of your choice. You can do a headstand, you can do a handstand, whatever balancing pose you're comfortable with. Or if you're not good with balancing pose, you can just kind of bring your arms to dolphin here and just stand like this and walk your feet forward and back. This will help you get to a balancing pose. So wherever you're at, finding your balancing pose here. I'm going to do a headstand. So creating some plank arms, tucking my head, and coming up just for a little bit of a headstand. Playing with it, coming down whenever you're ready. From here, let's move to a table position. We're going to push back into a downward dog. Bring the left leg up towards the sky, stepping it through high plank. Bring your arms up. Finding this nice strong pose here. We're going to open up towards the right side, warrior two, and reverse the warrior. Come up back to warrior one, transition into warrior three. So picking up the back leg, balancing on the left, maybe having a micro bend, trying to find this line here. Coming back to warrior one. Bring your hands down to the ground, pushing back, downward dog. High plank going through our vinyasa. Pushing back, downward dog. Let's bring our right leg up towards the sky. Step it through into high lunge. Coming up towards the sky. Shifting warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Coming back. Warrior one. Now let's transition into our warrior three. Finding the balancing pose here. Maybe having a slight bend in that right leg. Finding your alignment. Coming back. Warrior one. Hands to the ground. Pushing up to a downward dog. Let's come to a table. Relaxing here for a moment. Now let's come to meet me just in a seated pose. Finding a comfortable seated pose. Situating yourself. Take a moment and just breathe here. Being intentional with some deep inhales and exhales. Wherever you are, if you're in your home, if you're out in nature, be grateful for your space, grateful for your body. What else are you grateful for? Are you grateful for the people in your life? For the love in your life? As the year is coming to an end, take a moment moment to reflect back on everything that you learned. All the lessons, all the blessings. Being intentional with your breath. I'm sending you some love, light, prosperity, power to create your dreams and your dream life. Hold your intentions with you. Hold this love that I'm sending you. All this energy. The divine light in me recognizes the divine light in you. Let's bring your hands to heart center. Bowing down to your body. Namaste.